Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for January 22nd, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture the golden vibration of my frequency. And today we have some interesting stuff going on. So I first want to mention we're building to a full moon. So as we build to a full moon, I'm sure you've heard me say this over and over, but it's just always a good reminder, we feel the stuff rising to the surface. You know, our light wants to come out, and so it's coming out kind of like a tide. You know, the moon rules the tides or helps move the tides. So this tide it turns that stuff that's been down at the bottom, it turns it up. So we're really feeling that as we build to this full moon in Leo on the weekend. But not to mention, there's some other stuff going on. We've got Mercury Conjunct Pluto today. So we know Pluto to be the planet of transformation. And again, Pluto's not afraid to churn the depths. In fact, that's Pluto's job, to churn the depths, to find the light and to find the dark and show you it all and be like, hey, how are you going to use this in your life? And Mercury retrograde there, it has us really processing this energy. So we're really going to be feeling that. That happens, the exact conjunction happens like early in the morning. I think it's like 1:58 a.m. So we're not going to be working with that exact conjunction through the day, but we're still going to be feeling it. And especially with this full moon building, we're going to be feeling the churning, and we're going to have to look at those shades of dark and the shades of light. It's important to look at both of them. We also have the moon in Cancer making other connections to Uranus and to Pluto and to Mercury in the morning. It's going to be happening, but we're really going to be feeling that T-square energy, that opposition between Cancer, which needs us to nurture ourselves, Cancer, which kind of takes the energy of our inner infant, the part of us that really needs our needs taken care of. And then the Capricorn energy of showing up, being responsible. And I think a lot of times we kind of like feed into the Capricorn energy of showing up and being responsible. Like, I have to go to work, I have to get all these things done that my boss says that I have to do, and I have to do these things. And the nurturing falls to the wayside. And this is a reminder today in this energy to make sure that your needs are being met, to make sure that you're nurturing yourself, or you're going to find yourself lashing out. That's the Capricorn energy, or not the Capricorn, the Cancer energy, those feelings that are going to bubble to the surface. My favorite definition of stress that I ever heard was from Deepak Chopra, and he said stress is what happens when our needs are not being met. So we may feel that today. That's why it's important to nurture yourself through this energy, because it can be intense. It can feel not great, especially if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not meeting your own needs. And music comes through for me often in messages, and I was listening to the Coldplay song Adventure of a Lifetime, because that song has just been playing nonstop for me. And in a line in the song is, "You make me feel like I'm alive again." And we love to put that out on somebody else. And it's fun. It's fun to have somebody come into our life and make us feel that. But this is your opportunity today to make yourself feel like you're alive again. How are you going to nurture yourself into that live action of like, yeah, I'm grooving with this thing. I'm grooving with my golden frequency, my golden vibration of light. The other thing that's really cool, I'm excited about this, we have Pallas, the asteroid, shifting from 29 degrees Capricorn today into Aquarius. So Pallas in Aquarius is ready to shift your vibration, shift this frequency into a whole other dimension. You know, they're saying like, oh, we found this other planet out there. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. My belief is that when we find these other planets, it's like ushering a new frequency, a new consciousness vibration that we can register with. And so they're starting to talk about this other planet, which, you know, granted, there are millions of planets out there, but I'm kind of like, I wonder what this frequency is. I wonder what this consciousness level is going to be for us. And I think it's no coincidence that it's happening right as Pallas is shifting, because Pallas is the energy of like, hey, we're going to find this balance. We're going to be able to let the masculine and the feminine come together in balance. We're going to let the patriarchy go away and have this place where like, hey, wholeness. So I feel like there's some kind of connection to it, but honor any new vibrations, any new frequencies, any new wisdom that's coming into you with this. So the cards I pulled for today. I pulled fighting and I pulled playfulness upside down. Don't fall into this thing. If you find yourself feeling like this in the world, you're not letting enough of this in. Turn your magic on. Turn on the radio. Dance around. Nurture your inner child. This full moon is going to be a full moon in Leo, the sign of the inner child. Playfulness is necessary for you right now. And the other card that I pulled was the outsider. And I think a lot of us can feel like this when we get into Aquarius. Aquarius taps us into our weird. It taps us into our quirky. It taps us into all those vibrations, even the ones we've like pushed aside, like, no, not yet. It's like, no, here I am. I want to play. Stop putting that on the outside. On the other hand, one of my favorite clients, friends, talks about this card, and she's like, sometimes I like the outsider card because, like, I feel like I need to put up that gate, to keep those ones who don't nurture the playful, the happy part of me. And so you may have to do that today. That may be part of nurturing yourself, is putting up that gate and being like, hey, I'm going to be over here enjoying my weird and wacky, and you can just hang out over there and do your thing over there. And the final card, trust. You got to trust when you need to do that. You got to trust that instinct to play. You have to trust that instinct to nurture your vibration. Everything's always working out for you. Do you trust the universe? So that's it for today. Have a beautiful day. Revel in the feeling Cancer energy as much as possible. Treat yourself well. Don't let the stress overtake you. And if it is, that is a cue for you to step up and nurture yourself and do something for yourself. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.